This is a really great parable. Jesus opens it with this call to pray always and not lose heart, and then tells of this widow who seeks justice from an unjust judge. Now, there is no question in my mind, at least, that the world is full of injustice, and the heartbreaking and broken places of the world are all around and easy to find. And I do think that most of us want to help, to make a difference, to make the world better. But Jesus asks, when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on the earth? Now, throughout the Gospel of Luke, many people are commended and praised for their faith. There is a Roman soldier who believes that Jesus can heal his slave from a far distance. There's a sinful woman who anoints Jesus' feet and loves deeply. There are the friends of the paralyzed man who dig through a roof for their friend, a bleeding and unclean woman who touches Jesus' clothes with hope and longing, a Samaritan leper who comes back and falls at Jesus' feet in gratitude, and a blind beggar who sees Jesus for who he is and calls out. Faith in the Gospel of Luke looks like getting close to Jesus, calling out, reaching out, running back. And Jesus tells his disciples, pray without ceasing. He tells them not to lose heart. But it is hard. It is hard to pray without ceasing, and it is hard to not lose our hearts. I want to want God the way the leper does, like the soldier, like the beggar. I want to be tenacious like this widow. But in my experience, it is usually me who is more reluctant than God for justice. I often want to be left alone, to remain comfortable in my house. I do not think I ever desire justice more than God does. God is not sleeping at home waiting for my input. It is not me pounding on the door. If anyone is asleep and hesitant and unjust, it's me. I think if I identify with anyone in this parable, it is very clearly the judge. I feel often locked in a house, barricaded and exhausted. And if anyone in this parable is like God, it is this widow, a powerful and beautiful icon of perseverance. It is God who pounds relentlessly on our hearts. It is God who will not leave us alone and demands justice and love and will not stop. It is God who does not give up on us. This widow is inviting us out of our houses, beyond our locked doors, and out into the world to join her in a less safe reality. It is God who calls us out into the streets. It is this God of wanting and longing who does not stop. Do not lose your hearts, beloved. She calls us to open the door and listen, because wanting is holy work and demanding is holy work. Pray always and do not lose heart, says Jesus. Do not lose your hearts. Do not lose faith in God, because God is not losing faith in us. The God who does not want and will not allow us to stay walled up in our houses, but drags us out of bed, calling us into lives of justice and mercy. We are being formed in the image of a persistent God, whose love for us and the whole world will not sleep or rest, who comes and pounds on every locked door of our hearts and begs us to get up, to wake up, when we have lost heart and when our hearts are lost. God calls us to listen for the knock of love, often at the hands of those we do not want to listen to. Do not lose heart, do not give up. The widow is coming. She is coming to the door to rouse us from sleep. Pray always that the relentless God of love, who even now is at our doorstep with a raised hand, will call us from inside the door to the threshold and out into the streets. Pray that we may have the faith and the courage to follow her wherever she calls us. Amen.